Hey guys, I was thinking the other day when you go through a breakup or you do something that you feel bad about, um, we usually focus on what happened and we make excuses. And maybe in the case of a split or divorce, we even start blaming the other person and we think, I'll never forgive him or her. And through that process, we usually find out that the person we really have trouble forgiving is ourselves. And as I was reflecting on this to talk to you all about it today, I remembered this guy that I dated. I dated him before I got married. He was older than me. He had already been in the service, and I was really young. I was out of high school and in nursing school at that time, just finishing up. And this guy made me feel so special, and he made me feel like I was needed. He was very protective, and he was always around me, and it felt really good to have that much attention until it didn't. And it got to the point where the guy started making me feel like I was smothering, like I couldn't do anything else. I was young, I was going out. He would check on me to make sure I was in bed. And I did the wrong thing. I started lying to him because he had told me his whole story. And I felt sorry for him. That was part of it. The other part of it was I just decided I could not hurt him. Like I was not going to be that person. And what I ended up doing was even more hurtful. Because one night I told him, of course, that I was staying in and I wasn't. And he saw me out and he was so livid. He was upset. He was hurt. He was just so angry at me, and I felt terrible because he had reason to be. I hadn't been honest. And working on that breakup really changed me in many ways of who I was, because was down in the dumps. I couldn't focus. I kept thinking, oh my gosh, I'm just such a bad person. Until a nursing friend told me one day, what is wrong with you? And I told her what happened. And she said, you have got to get a grip. And you've got to forgive yourself. Like, this is crazy. You can't carry this on. Well, I've since grown a lot and I've become a psychotherapist. And I think it may be good for you. It was sure good for me to just do a forgiveness afternoon, a reflection. And the way you do this is you just sit down and you think of all the times you've done something that have been beneath yourself, lower than they should be, and you feel regret and remorse about it. And you just jot them down. And as you jot them down, you just say, like, I forgive myself for not being what I should have been to that person. I forgive myself for lies I told that person. I forgive myself that I couldn't create the perfect relationship with two broken people. I forgive myself that I wanted the dream, and my selfishness for having a dream overwhelmed my sense of knowing something was wrong in the relationship. I forgive myself when my parents or my siblings or close friends told me that this person was no good for me and they were toxic. I forgive myself for the way I reacted every time they stepped out of line or something happened. I forgive myself for being so selfish. And as you go through your list may be different than mine, you'll start feeling a sense that, why was I hanging on to this? I mean, none of us are perfect. And you should never put the demands of being perfect on another person either. We're not. We all have cracks. But I hope that when you start forgiving yourself, you'll realize you are a work in progress, just like I am. I'm not done. And I've made mistakes and I've done things wrong, but I learn from them. I'm not going to repeat them. My work with you in therapy and doing YouTubes and homework and everything else I do is to help you not make the mistakes I have made, to help you not feel the regret I have made. But you will still do some mistakes and you will still have some regrets. Let's join together. Start with forgiving yourself and then extend that forgiveness to others, because you know what they say? There before There before the grace of God go I. And there is not one day in your life where you don't owe someone an apology, and it may even be you. Have an awesome day, guys. Practice forgiveness.